What's up, guys? Welcome to DCI podcast, episode number 10. I'm Jason Dardick, and I'm here with Bradley Crenshaw.
And we have
Back
made it
again
to a double-digit episode.
10 episodes.
Golly. And you keep introducing me as Bradley Crenshaw. That is not my name.
I'll get it eventually. You're 10 in. I'm only 2 episodes in. So to my right here, guys, is big, sexy Bradley Crenshaw. Let me get that right. Man, I know last week we talked a little bit about the NBA. We talked, dove into some of the grading things and kind of some of the card topics going on, current events. This week, I think we'll probably focus a little more on the Dallas Card Show coming up, touch a little bit on the Western Conference Finals, NBA, maybe talk a little bit about our hometown Dallas Mavericks winning that Game 7 against Phoenix Suns.
Boy, they put on a show. Well,
How
Luka
awesome was
put
that?
on a show.
Dude, is that not the coldest white guy going
man.
right now?
Look, I think wasn't it
Behind you, I mean.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Well, wasn't it like Game 6 or something when Booker knocked the ball out of his hand, or Game 5? I don't know. And that
he started
look
laughing.
That look that Luka gave him how he does. What I really liked on that game was Luka drove down the court one time and nobody was covering him there. He did a crossover and got him off of him, and then he just stood there, looked at the basket, made the shot, and then just stood there like, you know what? I am the man.
I am that dude. That's
Yeah.
right. He, as a Dallas fan, as a Mavs fan, we're blessed to watch him at home 41 games a year. I think people in this region take that for granted. And I think the nation is kind of, over the last 2 years, obviously seen how special he is. But, you kind of see when the Mavericks go to these away teams' arenas, the amount of Luka jerseys that people are seeing, even in Phoenix, for example. The people who are there to see Luka is kind of like, the people who would show up early in 2016 to watch Steph and Curry warm up, right? Whether you were in Dallas or in Oracle Arena. He seems to have that next level superstar kind of pull on the road.
There's no doubt he's a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal athlete. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
But his card prices still don't justify the fact of where they're at. There's no reason that his card prices should be bringing the value they are now. He has to get a championship underneath his belt. Anything less than a championship, his value should drop.
I agree 100%. Here's my an interesting thought on that. As the Mavs as Luka has kind of gone from rookie year, no playoffs, second year, they make the playoffs. They win a series last year. And then this year, moving past the first round and even past the second round, should that give collectors hope that the Mavs are putting enough around Luka in hopes that one day in the next 3 or 4 seasons, maybe the Mavs will bring home that championship?
Well, the one thing the Mavs have going for them right now is Jason Kidd.
100% agree.
Jason Kidd knows how to coach on both sides of the ball because he knew how to play on both sides of the ball, and so I believe that has been the biggest, acquisition for the Mavericks is bringing in Jason Kidd. And if they will go and add Luka some more talent in the offseason, then yeah, possibly, a couple of years down the road, the Mavs are in the NBA championship. Maybe is even, into next year, they could even get that far.
Make that run.
If they get the right personnel around Luka.
And it's interesting you say Jason Kidd is the best acquisition. This is probably in the last 3 to 4 years, the NBA has certainly become a players' league, right? You see the players driving the collective bargaining agreements and the contracts, the max contracts go up every year in terms of what a player can earn. How much of building the right team takes into consideration? Do you take into consideration versus, like what you said, putting in the right personnel, the front office, the lifestyle for those players as well? How much of that takes into account of hey, maybe we get a LeBron James type or a Damian Lillard type to come to Dallas?
I don't want no daggum LeBron James in Dallas. No,
I agree with you.
None. If LeBron James moves to Dallas and comes to play for the Mavericks, I am leaving Dallas. I'm moving somewhere else. I don't even want to be that close to it.
Yep, fair enough.
So,
so I guess is Dallas a market that is attractive to
a
other
big market.
superstars.
Yes, I got you.
Yeah.
It's not an LA market by no means, but Dallas is a player in the market for sure. I mean, Dallas is a big market, and it's shifting over to like baseball and things along those lines. I don't know why the Rangers can't get enough talent in, because Dallas is such a big market. I mean, the Cowboys are what the most expensive, or by
top 3 in the world
on revenue, for any NFL team.
Right.
I mean, I what are they worth? $4 billion or something along those lines as far as the Cowboys. I don't quote me on that. I mean,
something
$2
crazy.
to $4 billion. Once you get in the billions, it really doesn't matter whether or not if it's 2 or 4.
Right.
So. But yeah,
Jerry's
no, I mean, I do feel like the Mavericks or the Dallas, teams do have a large market that should be attracting,
right.
That generational talent.
Probably more so than they are currently. Would you say? Yeah,
for sure.
I'd agree with you. And as a Mavs fan, I'd hope for those pieces to be put into place around Luka, just because he's that good.
And I'm a Mavs fan. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I am a Mavs fan though. I do like the Dallas Mavericks.
Excellent.
So, and that's because I've got mad respect for Mark Cuban and his business ability. That's the reason I'm a huge Mavs fan when it comes to that side of things. And don't get me wrong, Jerry is a great businessman as well.
100%.
But Jerry controls too much of the Dallas Cowboys, and that's the reason that team is never going to be a contender. Which, by the way, they won't even win the division this next year. Quote me on that.
Futures bets, get them in.
They
NFC West.
They will not
NFC
even win
East.
the division this next year. I believe the Eagles win that division.
I like the Eagles this year as well. So, as a Mavs fan, let me get some predictions about this Western Conference Finals. Steph and Curry and the Warriors coming to town. It should be a great series. I know the Mavs probably a little winded taking Phoenix to Game 7, but Luka sat the entire fourth quarter as he wasn't needed in that absolute dismantling of the Phoenix Suns. As the Mavs look to match up with the Warriors, I think they match up pretty well. Do you have any predictions for the Western Conference Finals?
The Warriors in 5.
The Warriors in 5, coming from the Mavs fan himself. Oh, no.
And the reason being is I still believe that you have Steph Curry on the other side of the ball, and Steph Curry, in my opinion, is the MVP of the league.
There's nothing like him.
And there is nobody that shoots the ball like Curry, and there's nobody that can run with the Warriors when they are on their game. I'm just telling you right now, there is nobody. The Warriors win the NBA championship. They're going to take the title.
Okay.
And so, but I think they beat the Mavs in 5. And they're going to end up going and playing probably the Heat.
You think the Heat? Okay.
It's who I think they're going to end up going and playing.
So I was going to circle back to the East here in a second. I'm going to give my prediction. As a Mavs fan, I'm going to say Mavs in 7. And I would say Mavs in 6, but I have to give Steph the credit as well. But I'm taking the hometown guys. I'm saying Mavs in 7.
So do we want to place a wager on that? I mean, you and me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm happy to wager. What are we going to how about winner buys a steak dinner? Winner of the series.
Done. Okay.
Shake on it.
Done.
I love it. That's going to be a good one. Now, circling back to the Eastern Conference Finals, I would have told you last week that if Miami and Boston met in the Eastern Conference Finals, that Boston was going to run away with the series. I might have even taken them in 4 games. After watching the game last night, I think we've got a really good series on our hands. I think it could very well go 6 or 7 games. I would say Miami's, if not the favorite to win, it should be a pick 'em basically for that series. Which I was kind of surprised after Game 1 last night. I thought the Heat really showed. I think they're probably not as skilled as the Celtics, but they play better as a team.
I think they got more depth in that. I believe that's what's going to allow them to advance to the championship game. Unless somebody, the Celtics do have Jason Tatum. And so, I mean, if that guy gets fired up and gets going, I mean, he is a phenomenal athlete as well.
That dude is smooth.
Yeah,
he
but
can fill it up.
Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, I just love the way he plays the game.
How about what a story that guy took.
Yes.
I mean, come from, basically nothing in a small town in East Texas to go to community college and then Marquette, undrafted or late second round pick. To 5-6 time NBA All-Star on the verge of leading his team to the finals. So,
yep,
the determination and hard work that guy's put in is admirable. He's one of those guys I'm a big fan of as well.
Yep, I like Jimmy for sure.
Yeah.
So, but even with that said, I still think Miami takes that one. That one may go a Game 7.
Yeah.
But Miami will take that, and they will go on to play the Golden State Warriors, where the Warriors will win the NBA championship in 5 as well.
5 games. All right. And there it is. So I'm going Mavs in 7. I'm going to take the Celtics in 7. And then I'm going to take the Dallas Mavericks in 6 games to win the NBA title. You hear it first. Luka's bringing it home.
Oh, boy.
First time since Dirk Nowitzki in 2011. And the Mavs, we're going to be at the parade. Me and Brad, we're driving the parade.
Look here. I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell everybody in fantasy sports. You cannot go with your heart. If you play with your heart in those types, when you're betting or playing in it, you're going to lose. And the Mavs are not getting past the Warriors.
Well,
look.
We've got to stake
the
down on
Mavs
it,
showed out and beat the Suns, who had the best record in the NBA.
The Mavs are playing with
the Warriors have the second best record in the NBA, but they've got a bad man on the other side by the name of Curry. I'm just telling you, it's over.
Well,
it's over.
What was
it's a good run. They got to the second round this year. Great run. Good job, Mavs. Proud of you. Love you, Luka. Love you, Jason Kidd. All you guys. But it's over.
I do think
the Warriors are taking it.
I do think they're playing with house money, which gives me a little more. They've got nothing to
That's
be afraid
too free.
of.
Think about when you're sitting at the poker table and you're on house money. Now it's like now you're no longer betting $100. Now you're betting $500 because it's house money. That's right. And then you end up losing it that much faster. It's the same thing that's going to happen if that's the way you're looking at it as house money. The Mavs are done, and I love the Mavs, but they're done.
All right,
Warriors. 5.
Well, I hope to claim my stake by next podcast, hopefully.
Okay.
With the game starting this weekend, I know it will be a topic of discussion. I'm sure at the Dallas Card Show this weekend, there's usually a bunch of TVs set up, lots of live coverage of those games, usually during football season. I'm sure NBA playoffs will be no different. I know DCI is going to be doing our normal. Our normal service, providing a raw card review all weekend long, $10 a card at the Dallas Card Show. We're also going to be really ramping up our hiring as we scale our business here in the upcoming months. We're going to be doing some sit-down preliminary interviews at the Dallas Card Show for anybody who may be interested in joining our team. We're going to be hiring for a number of different positions, but maybe touch on that for a little bit as far as what we're looking for.
So we're looking to add 10 to 12 new people to the team. And when I say to our team is because that's just the way we operate around here. It's not you come in, punch a clock, you're here, you don't enjoy what you're doing. We try to make this a fun atmosphere and have a good time with everybody. So we want to add good team players to the team because going back to the championships are won by playing as a team. And if DCI is going to win in this space, we have to all play as a team. So we're looking for everybody from data entries, for intake of our grades. We're looking for we're always looking for more graders. We've got a good staff of graders here. We're looking for people to operate our machines. We're looking for quality assurance. We're looking for assembly teams, things along those lines. So if you are out at the Dallas show, please come by, see our booth. We'll have 2 booths set up. We'll have one in the hallway, which is right off the parking garage. That's going to be the one where you'll go and you'll fill out your application. You'll get an opportunity to, speak to someone there, and then we'll kind of go from there. But we're looking forward to, everybody coming out and us having a great time this weekend.
It's going to be a great show. We always love seeing everybody out there. If you're first time at the Dallas Card Show, be ready because it is one of the best shows in the country. You're going to get to see some crazy stuff. Always good deals being made, some really big cards, people ripping wax. It's a great scene. Really looking forward to having everyone out there, and looking forward to seeing you guys at the DCI tent this weekend in Dallas. So as we kind of shift back into the card space a little bit, we've had some, I would say, hobby news break in the last 24 hours or so, in which one of the companies, MySlabs, has done an awesome job.
Did you say your slabs?
MySlabs. They're a website called MySlabs.com. I know
Gotcha.
a lot of people are familiar for a marketplace for moving their sealed wax slabs, things like that. It's just become another outlet for selling, buying and selling. It's just a great marketplace. Anyways, something that they're implementing onto their platform is something that we see a lot on eBay, which is going to be the famous eBay one-of-one listing in the description, right? And this kind of goes into manipulating your listings, trying to get the most out of every card that you can sell, and really marketing your cards the best way you can, whether or not that card is truly a one-of-one. If it's a pop one,
I
there's
love
a million ways.
I love the ones that are like PSA 8s or PSA 9s that says, looks gem.
Looks gem. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's another great one. It's
Or they'll put PSA 9, and then right after the 9, they put a 10. So that way, whenever you're
10 question mark.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. This one's they graded it a 9, but I'm not sure why. So that is a way that you can kind of enhance your listing practices, if you will, on eBay. What MySlabs is doing is
You just said something that I would just want to touch on briefly.
Yeah.
You said they graded it a 9, but I don't know why. Isn't DCI doing something that's going to, let you know why the card got a 9?
That they are. I think they're going to take those next steps in providing transparency to the collectors.
That's right.
Just really let you know where that condition flaw is on that card. Here's the reason why your card got a 9.
And the hobby needs more transparency. There's too many people or things in the space that we talked about it before, that are manipulating and things along those lines. The hobby needs more transparency.
100%.
So if we're providing the transparency, just like I believe you're about to tell us about MySlabs providing transparency, that we need more people like that in our space. So anyway, go ahead.
Yep. So I just want to give a little background on this. MySlabs will be taking off of their platform any card that is not a true one-of-one, so stamped, factory stamped from either Topps, Panini, the manufacturer, as a one-of-one or a buyback one-of-one. They will be removing all listings with one-of-one in the title of the listing if it is not a true one-of-one. So what this does is
Amen. Great job, MySlabs.
Great job, MySlabs. It takes, it just provides a little more security. It helps, for the buyer. It protects you from thinking that something is a true one-of-one, and it may not be. In a market where scarcity versus rarity truly matters and can bring thousands of dollars in difference, I think making it so the gray area of marketing your slab or whatever item it is you're trying to sell, it needs to be more black and white. And I think MySlabs is taking the steps to do that, whether
Awesome.
It's only allowing the serial numbered stuff or, practices like this. I would say, great job, MySlabs. That's something we look to see a lot more of from kind of everyone in the hobby.
Cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
I do too. I think that's
eBay,
great.
you're
Take
next.
notes. That's right. That's exactly right.
Yes.
Well, I think
wasn't there something with the MySlabs though on some sort of Jordan, which Jordan is my dude.
That's
but
exactly right.
Wasn't there some kind of controversy on a PSA slab that was on there?
I was kind of going to get into this. I was going to say one other thing that MySlabs has kind of done really well is alert the market for either fraudulent sales or discrepancies within market value of certain cards. The latest example being your guy, Michael Jordan. There was a sale that a PSA 10 Michael Jordan that is authentic. It was a real graded PSA 10 Michael Jordan 86 Flair rookie card. Completely legitimate. However, there is a known counterfeit that was made based off of the PSA 10 in question that was sold on the market recently. MySlabs knows about this.
So elaborate for me a little bit on that. Where did the counterfeit. So somebody made a counterfeit PSA slab.
That's correct. So
with the Jordan in it, and the Jordan card in it is authentic, but the slab is fake. Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying
is the card fake and the slab's authentic, or is they both fake?
No. They're actually both real, and there's a separate example on the market with a fake Jordan and fake slab with the same serial number as the original PSA 10.
That's been sold.
The original PSA 10 has since, it is a known example of a counterfeit.
So okay, I'm just trying to make sure I understand this. So MySlabs had the original authentic PSA holder,
correct.
authentic 86 Fleer Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Graded.
Correct.
PSA 10.
Yep.
They sold that copy.
It was sold on their platform, correct.
Okay. So somebody also made a fake of that sold, or somebody just copied this and is trying to sell it themselves, but nobody physically has the fake item.
So the location of the fake item, I do not know. The way that I am understanding is that in the past,
I read something on there that the cert number was active, but then PSA canceled the cert number. So if that's the case, PSA authenticated the card, correct?
Correct.
And then they decided to cancel the certification number on the back of it.
Correct.
After it was brought to their attention that it was fake.
That there was another fake with the same serial number that was known to be on the market. And so in order to protect the authentic one that they had deemed a PSA 10 in the original serial holder, they deactivated the serial on that to reholder it with another serial, so that the fake slab with the old serial now is the only one with that serial number and is a known fake.
Look, all you crooked ass people, you need to get the hell out of my damn hobby.
That's exactly right.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Shit. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It really is, and it's seemingly every week.
This shouldn't fall. I mean, the grading companies and card manufacturers shouldn't always have to be worried about you crooked ass people.
It's seemingly every week.
Just go do something else. Go jack with some other hobby if you want
some
to.
NFTs
just
or something.
Get the hell out of my hobby, because if I find out who you are, it's not going to be good.
That's right. Anyways, MySlabs was on a more positive note. MySlabs again was extremely transparent. They detailed kind of the whole thing from start to finish. They got in touch with both parties, PSA included. Got that cert number changed, the Jordan off the market from what I can tell. And so just, again, congratulations and well done, MySlabs, for being the bigger men, if you will, in that situation.
Yeah, great job, guys, for sure. We need to – the community needs to pull together against those types of people and continue to work together. I had a conversation – last week with Kevin, the president of PSA. And in the conversation there, he asked me, he said, aren't you starting a grading company? And I said, yes. I said, but look, if there's one thing I've learned in business is I never want to burn the bridges of who I've done business with, because I never know when I need to cross that bridge again. And he respected that. We had a good conversation, and it was just – being transparent with everybody, because I never know when I need to make a phone call to PSA. I have the same relationship with BGS. I never know when I need to make that phone call to BGS. And I think if we pull together as a community and work together, we can make this hobby so much better than it is and get rid of these crooked people and really focus on, making this back to being fun in an industry, but having a good time.
Absolutely.
And so, okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
There is a lot of that shadiness going on. Unfortunately, I think in our day and age of social media, it really gets amplified, right? And people are always
it's probably what it is it's probably this 35-year-old sitting in his mama's basement with his 3D printing machines or whatever he's got, and he doesn't have a resume, so he can't get a job, and the only thing he wants to do is manipulate the hobby and try to rob people.
Sounds like some of our media guys.
So yeah,
not the robbing people part,
yeah.
just the physical description.
Yeah, so I mean, anyhow, get out of my hobby space, dude, or gal, or whoever you are.
That's right.
Just get out of it.
Take a hike. We don't need you.
That's right.
Well, I think that's all we got for this week's episode.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Man, what'd you do? What'd you do all day yesterday? Wasn't you supposed to be preparing for this?
I was. I thought I did okay.
And that's all you got?
That was all I got, man. We talked about like every round of NBA playoffs. At least a couple hobby stories.
This is about bringing value, Dardick. Value.
I feel like I'm doing okay. I feel like every episode's an improvement.
That's right.
I'm having a blast. If you guys would do us a favor and like and follow on the page, maybe give us leave us a comment, a thumbs up, funny comment or something like that. We'll try to interact with everybody. Otherwise,
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you're gonna do your catchphrase?
What's that?
Big sexy out.
Are we out?
Are we out?
Yeah. Big sexy out.
Thanks, guys.
No problem.